So if you're running a real business, consulting, agency, professional services, and you want more highly qualified book calls on you or your sales team's calendar, the only structure you need is this. It's not a webinar funnel. It's not 15 pages in a funnel. It's one clean system that turns attention into scheduled sales conversations. Now, if you already have an offer and you're trying to scale a predictable pipeline, this will simplify everything entirely. Now, most people overcomplicate funnels. We've done nearly 50 million in sales, mostly as a result of online marketing funnels with paid advertisements. And a high ticket funnel actually has one job: take a stranger and turn them into a highly qualified booked call. That's it. It's as simple as that. And there's two versions I'm going to walk you through right now, depending on the traffic source, whether it's Facebook ads or Instagram ads or YouTube ads. I'm going to show you which one you could potentially choose. Now, in the process of doing this, I'm going to show you a really cool system right now that builds funnels in 20 to 30 minutes. And I'm going to share it with you right now on the screen. So what you're seeing right now inside this page is you're actually seeing the system TEDOS, which when you answer 20 questions on your business, it actually spits out your ideal client, your message, your story, and your offer. Now, one of the keys to an online marketing funnel is nailing the ideal client. If you see this, I was building this for a high ticket health concierge brand that wanted to work with CEOs that had high degree of income. So my system is designed to go find people who can actually pay. So paying $10, $30, $50, $100,000 or more for your services. So my system did the ideal client research in the background to find somebody making $5 million to $25 million a year who can invest in these high-end health concierge services for my client. So finding the right people is so important. And that all starts with the ideal client research that you do. Now, my system does it. You answer 20 questions about your brand. It runs through all of my marketing formulas, all of my research formulas, and spits out a client who can actually pay for your services. So a high ticket call funnel will not work if you don't start with the ideal client. And we start here, and so many brands overlook this. And I can tell you, we were working with a marketing agency recently. This is what they do for a living. I had them answer the 20 questions. I showed them the ideal client, and they were sold at hello. Once they saw the ideal client, they were like, this is incredible. Like, how do we use this with our customers? They wanted to deploy this system with their customers because ideal client determines everything. It determines the message that comes after. So when you're putting a message in your ads, if your ideal client isn't nailed, then you hear the thing, oh, we're getting broke people or attracting broke people. Well, your messaging is wrong. Your ideal client is wrong. That's why the funnel isn't converting. All right. Story is such an important part too. When you tell your story and you talk about your journey, it should pre-sell the customer in doing it. I remember when I first started, and I actually started my online business, I went out, I hired a marketing guy, which was Facebook ads. I hired a technology guy, and I hired a copywriter. I got back to my office. I said, hey guys, let's start. And they're like, start on what? We need to know, who are we targeting? Who's the ideal client? And what strategy are we running? And so most people don't know. CEOs don't know. Established operators don't know. They don't know the one strategy or one marketing funnel they need to run to actually succeed. And that's what I'm about to show you here. Now, when the questions are answered, 20 of the questions, all this stuff is spit out. And then once it's done, you go to phase 2. And this is where all the marketing content is created. Now, I'm going to go more into this in video 3 because I don't want to jump ahead of myself, but the free gift is created. The video script is created that's going to go on the page to get people to convert. The bio's there, the ad copies there, the email campaigns, the text messages, the appointment reminders. But the main thing I want to put your attention to right now is the funnel page copy, because one of the things that gets high ticket funnels to actually convert is what is said on what's called the VSL page, the video sales letter page, or the appointment booking page. All right. So if you look at this here, I'm going to point your attention to the headline. Now you'll notice here, this headline's pretty good. This was a first run where the client answered 20 questions. And this was one of the first things that it spit out. Add 2 to 4 hours of high performance energy daily with a concierge longevity plan built around your CEO calendar. Now, if you watched my previous video, you'll notice we talked about specificity in the headlines, and you got to have specificity. Now, one thing that's going to blow you away in a second is I'm going to show you with the click of a button how you actually deploy this funnel. And when I show you this page, you're going to see that you can actually use this page to actually build the headline. So right here on this page, when I click this button, that takes that headline and it deploys it onto the page. And you're going to see the page here in just a second. Boom. And the headline is built. So our funnel literally takes somebody's messaging, creates the headline, which is so important that the message in the ad matches what's on the headline. It's very specific. It's very measurable in terms of the outcomes here. Look, add 2 to 4 hours, very specific. of high performance energy daily. That's what a CEO wants, with a concierge longevity plan built around your CEO calendar. Super specific, very measurable, and it's talking to outcomes that the CEO wants. It's not like, hey, get your health better, or take these vitamins, or take these supplements, or do this testosterone. It's focused on specific measurable outcomes. Now, my funnel literally built this entire page just now in seconds. That's how fast it does it. Okay. It takes the concept and it puts it on there in seconds. And what you'll see here is, if you scroll down, one of the points of these pages is below, you have the button to book a call. In our system, you can upload your video in here, where your video would go on here. So there's a video script where you can record your video in our system. And then it explains a little bit about the process of how your branded process works. It says book a call again. It says who this is for. It then says testimonials here in this section. And then down here, here's how it works when you book a call and what to expect on the call. And then meet the founder. That's not my brand, but that's my picture up there. And then frequently asked questions, and down below, book a call. This is a standard booked call funnel page that actually converts. And it's simple. It has one action. It tells people, go do this. It doesn't have 47 different things that somebody can do. Book call, book a call, book a call. And all of this comes from the one most important thing. If we didn't nail the ideal client, we never would have nailed the message on this page. Never. You never would have gotten a headline like this if we weren't going after the ideal client who had millions of dollars. You would have had something else. All right. So very specific. You nail the ideal client, you get the headline. This makes all the difference. You nail the ideal client, then the video that's going to go here on this page is going to be very specific and very freaking good, because it gets scripted inside of our system. Now, I'll show you that in the next video, how it does all of that. If you want to book a call right now and you want a private demo to see how our system takes 20 questions that you answer, it takes anywhere from 12 to 15 minutes to answer the questions. Phase 1 of your business is built in seconds. You approve everything, and then minutes later, phase 2, all your marketing content's created, and then with a click of a button, you build the freaking funnel and it's deployed. And anytime somebody wants to change something, they can freaking change it. They can go back, and I'm going to show you this on the page, because let's say I didn't like the headline, because the headline is one of the most important things. So if I'm here in the system and I'm like, oh, I don't really know, maybe I don't like the headline on this thing, I can literally go here. I can give AI feedback, and I can say to AI on this VSL page, I want more specific outcomes. Remember, that's the lesson. More specific outcomes in the headline. Boom, you give AI feedback right here. Watch what it does, okay? More specific outcomes. It takes a little moment. It runs through the 20 questions that you already answered. So it refilters the 20 questions. So it's doing it on brand. And then it's going to spit out some improvements on the funnel page copy that you'll see here in just a second. And getting a good headline for the actual page is so important, because that's the thing they're going to see in the ad. And that's also the thing that they're going to see when they land on the page. So it's super important. So we get it here. We get an additional headline. We save the changes. You come here and look, the headline has actually changed to something completely brand new. Sleep 60 to 90 minutes deeper. Drop 2 to 4 inches off your waist and get back all day CEO energy in 6 to 12 weeks with a concierge health plan built around your calendar. So more outcome driven, more specific, right? CEOs like data. They like specificity. So we can take this thing here and check this out. All we got to do is approve it. And then if we want to improve the headline, see this button that says push to builder. So we push to builder, and watch this. In 40 seconds, you're going to see the entire headline on the page change. Now, one of the things that makes or breaks a funnel is if you don't have a funnel that actually has a good headline, your conversions are going to suffer. So with the system, you can go in and you can change the headline at any given time that you want, and boom, the headline automatically gets redeployed into the funnel, and you're dancing, because you just improved your headline, and you can test and test and retest in seconds. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to show you the actual page here. You're going to see in a moment it says push. See where it says push? That means that it actually went to the funnel. And so we're going to go to the funnel page, sleep 60 to 90 minutes deeper, drop to 2 to 4 inches off your waist, add and get back all day CEO energy. It's done. So all of these changes can be made. And when you want to convert in a high ticket funnel, if your headline's not working, you retest it. And remember, I talked before in the previous video about the brand colors, like the color of your ads, whatever the images are in your ad needs to match what shows up on the brand colors on the page. I'm going to show you something even cooler here in just a second. You're going to dig this, because you can literally go in here at any given time and you can change your freaking brand colors. And we're going to go here to this page that we're just on. And I just recommended that it do a gold, a jet black, and a white. I'm going to save the changes. And now you have imperial gold here. You have jet black, you have white. I don't really like the gold, but that's besides the point. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to push it to the funnel here, where it goes up here and it says push to the builder. So you're going to see this here, right up here. All you got to do here is you approve it. Boom. And then you go here and you hit push to builder. And in seconds, it's going to go and it's going to push it to the new page here that you are going to see in just one moment. And you're going to see that the brand colors actually got changed, which is pretty insanely cool. And voila, there it is. The colors have been changed on the page to goldish now. So that's how the system works. And that is one of the keys to a high converting funnel is the right headline on the page and the ability to test and change things in a moment's notice. If you don't have the ability to do that, then it sucks, because when you're running traffic, you have to test new things. And if you don't test new things, you're not going to win. And be prepared. Your first time out running a funnel, don't expect that your first headline is going to pop and win all the time, or the first video that you create is going to win all the time. The other thing I want to show you on the video, and I'm going to give you this outline right now on a high converting video, is we write out your entire video script, and you'll see this here inside the page here, that your video script is actually created up here. And so this script to get people to book appointments is super important. Number one, with having the right hook when you start in the video. You'll notice in my videos that you've been watching, there's a hook right when I start the video to grab attention. So here you need to have a really good hook. And then after that, you have a hook, you hit the problem, you introduce the opportunity. You can make a little call to action and say, hey, go book an appointment if you feel inspired right now. Then you're going to get in and you're going to share your story so they know a little bit about who you are and credibility. Then you're going to share some tips in the video, like tip 1, tip 2, tip 3, so you can add some value. And you'll see this is all down here in this video here. I'm not showing you the actual structure, but I can. Because if you scroll all the way down, you're going to see the very extensive stuff here: the problem, the solution, the offer, the close. It's all here. So you want to make sure you have the basic outline that I'm talking about in a video script, so you hit the key points so you get people to actually convert. Okay. So ultimately, I hope this served you. So what I'd like you to do right now is two things. One, there's another video that I want you to go watch that I think you'll really dig. And this video is pretty simple, where I'm going to walk you through the entire process. So if you want to see how we build funnels with one click, and you want to see it from A to Z of the answering of the 20 questions to phase 1 spit out to phase 2 spit out, and a funnel deployed in seconds, go watch video, the upcoming video here that's on the screen that you'll see. And you'll watch me build a high ticket funnel and follow-up campaigns in actual minutes. Also, if you want to book a demo with my team, you can simply click down below, book a demo with them. What will happen is you'll get on the phone with them and you'll have a conversation with them, and they'll walk you through the system, and they can show you live by typing in questions and kind of giving you a personal demo on it, and then showing you how the entire system works and how it deploys funnels in actual minutes. So pretty cool. This is very important for agencies, established operators, service businesses, coaches, consultants that already have an offer, already have a business, you have some leads coming in, and you want to scale. And if you don't have a funnel that you can redeploy and retest in minutes like this, then it's hard to get conversions up. And the cool thing is, inside our system, it's one source of truth. So the moment you answer the 20 questions with your brand voice, it runs it through all of our formulas that I've been using for the last 25 years. And it spits out incredible content for you that sits there in the vault, in the operating system. So when you come back and you want to write ads again, you just click a button, regenerate, and your ads are written. When you want to write new email campaigns, you can click a button and write new emails. So this is just the power of the system. When you want to test new headlines, you can do it. If you want to create a new free gift, you can do it. So everything's created out of this operating system in minutes versus playing the telephone game. Hey team, like build me a new funnel, and you're waiting 3 weeks later. Or you go hire an agency and like build me a funnel, and you're sitting there 2-3 months later and you're waiting. We're about speed. We're about implementation. We're about one funnel that you can use to book calls and get high ticket people on your calendar. All right. Hope this serves you, and I'll see you in the next video, which you'll see here somewhere on the screen.